Okay, so sorry for that. I think we lost power, so I'm just going to go on. Now, we've looked at the first solution, which is get back to seeing ourselves as flawed beings. Number two, knowing you're crazy, and being honest and vulnerable enough to share that. Number three, not relying on instincts. We've seen how instincts can mess us up. We've seen how instincts can be problematic because what and how we learn about love as kids might be a little bit problematic. So, what we need to do is we need to nitpick. We need to be intentional enough to sit down with ourselves and to go back to our understanding of the foundation of love and see what's healthy and what's problematic. We get rid of what's problematic and we keep what's healthy. And from that, we can be able to carry forward what essentially works for us, and we can leave aside what doesn't work for us. So for example, if you think about what is healthy, you might say that good communication is really important for me and really makes me feel safe. So good communication is something that is healthy that I want to carry forward. Something like a violent partner or violence within a relationship or abuse is something problematic. I don't want to carry that along with me. And it's very interesting for us to look at this idea of instinct, because there are people who have been brought up in a very violent setting and have grown to embody the idea that if someone doesn't strike me, this person doesn't love me. And it's a very it, it's a weird concept and a weird idea to believe in, but it's also important for us to give grace. As much as we don't condone violence and abuse, it's important for us to give grace for these people to get to that point where they are getting awareness about this particular thing and they are pulling it out of their idea of what a romantic relationship should carry. The fourth thing should not be sulky. Do not be sulky. So, sulky means that, again, there's this idea within romanticism that if this person is my soulmate, if this person knows me, they're supposed to know everything about me. They're supposed to know if I frown like this, why am I frowning? What has made me frown? Why did it make me frown? How can I feel better about it? And how can we deal with that thing so that it doesn't make me frown again in the future? We don't know these things. We don't know. The only time when someone knew something about you without asking you is when you are in utero, when you're in the uterus. So when you are in the womb and shortly after you are born is when people could look at you and could say, I know what you need, I know what you want, even without you having to say it out loud, right? But as adults, it's very important for us to be able to communicate, important for us to be able to communicate to other adults what's going on within us and around us. It's very important because that is the only way we can give them a hint of what's going on. Otherwise, they'll still keep in their mind, oh, what's going on? I don't know, just guess. And there's that idea, and we've seen it a lot in this modern age of the guy should know what he did wrong. Well, I don't know what boundary I crossed if you don't tell me. I don't know what line I crossed if you don't tell me. Someone else will not know what infuriates you if you don't tell them that, hey, you crossed this boundary, or hey, you crossed this line. So it's very important for us to be able to communicate, right? So with that, we come to the end of today's particular episode. There's so much more we're going to discuss on romanticism in the next episode when we'll be talking about relationships, which will be like 2 to 3 episodes after this. So thank you very much for watching. I know this was a long one. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your engagement. And we'll close today's episode with a quote. And this quote says that we do not need sex to live, but we do need touch to live. We do need touch to live. This is why the idea of play is very fundamental. This is why the idea of being in a romantic relationship, and maybe next time we can talk about the advantages of being in a committed romantic relationship, whether that is marriage, that is just a committed romantic relationship. We'll talk about maybe the benefits. But at this juncture, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching this video. I know it was a long one. I'm sorry. There's so much to be said. There's so much banter around this particular conversation. It has taken me weeks to be able to see which angle I want to attack this particular topic from, but I am privilege to have compiled this content for you. I hope you enjoy it. I hope there's something new you've learned about romanticism and about romance, and there's more to come. Thank you very much, and do have yourself a good time. With that, please like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next episode. Ciao. Twende tukunywe chai.